Well, today is going to be an interesting day. Not only is it Parker's birthday, it is Bella's birthday as well. And a couple of videos back I did the story of Gannon stock, and it just completely brought up thoughts that I had a year ago. So a year ago I was in Denver, Colorado, and I was telling all these stories like JonBenet Ramsey, the Columbine High School shooting, and Chris Watts. I even said it in a couple of the videos, and you guys said it in the comments. So much of this bad stuff happens in Colorado. We don't know why. Some people speculate it's because of the altitude. You know, today I have decided, let's take a look at it. Let's use our brains. Let's use some deductive reasoning, and let's figure out why Colorado keeps having all these horrible disasters and horrible tragedies taking place. It's almost like it's in a diameter, in a circle around Denver International Airport. It's crazy. I'm gonna go through some of their most famous cases. We'll list them out, try to figure out why it's happening. It's you guys will probably find this one interesting. As of today, Parker, my son, he's officially a teenager. Fun times, fun times. Today is his birthday, so we have some family that's going to come down. Although you can't have any gatherings of more than 10 people, so it'll just be a few close relatives, like my parents, Amy's parents, and us. That'll be it. Once the festivities have ended, we're gonna move on with the rest of this video. I think that you will hopefully all find it interesting. Because it's Parker and Bella's birthday, I have fired up the grill today so we can have some good food. Got a few T-bone steaks there. They were on sale at the local discount grocery store. And some Red Hots. All of it for Parker and Bella's birthday. It's gonna be good. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Not only is Parker a teenager today, this lovable little ball of fur right here is now 7 years old. Yeah, right. Happy birthday. So now that the party's over, I have gone through the massive list of high-profile murders or tragedies that have taken place in Colorado in this giant radius around Denver International Airport. It's way too many for me to be able to go through them all in here. So I've gone through, I've selected 10, some you probably know, some you probably don't know. We're gonna take a look at all 10. I'll give you a little brief synopsis of what happened for each of the stories. And then we're gonna go through them and look for a common denominator, so we can try to figure out why this keeps happening. What is it about Colorado that makes people want to kill? I've chosen 10 famous cases to talk about today. Adolph Coors III, the Alfred Packer Massacre, the Aurora Batman Theater, Chris Watts, Columbine High School, Copper Canyon Apartments, JonBenet Ramsey, the Letitia Stock case, Philip Hutchinson, and the Planned Parenthood shooting. The murder of Adolph Coors III. He was the next in line to take over the Coors beer empire. He was killed by a man named Joseph Corbett Jr. This one goes back all the way to 1874 when a man named Alfred Packer and 19 other men went on an expedition in Colorado to find gold. 2 months after they were last seen, Alfred Packer emerged. He would go on to explain that they were forced to eat the meat of the dead. In the end, it was only Packer who survived. James Egan Holmes went into a Century 16 movie theater in Aurora, Colorado. It was a premiere for The Dark Knight Rises. He went in with tactical clothing on, tossing tear gas grenades into the seats, and then he opened fire. 12 people died that night at the hands of James Egan Holmes. 70 people were injured. Most all of you are going to know about Chris Watts, who killed his wife, who was 15 weeks pregnant, and he killed both of his 2 little girls. Another popular one was the Columbine High School massacre. Eric Harris, who was the ringleader, and Dylan Klebold went into their high school, Columbine, and opened fire. They had bombs set up in the parking lot. 12 students died that day, and 1 teacher who died saving kids' lives. Five sheriff's deputies were shot. 1 died. 4 others survived by Matthew Edward Reel at the Copper Canyon apartment complex near Littleton, Colorado. I think the entire world knows about JonBenet Ramsey, who was murdered on Christmas Day of 1996. Now, a lot of people are split. Some people think that her mother or her father murdered her, and some people think that her brother did it, and her mother and her father covered it up. At this point, we'll probably never know, but it's likely it was somebody in her family who did it. I just focused on this case the other day. Letitia Stock killed Gannon Stock. She hasn't been convicted of it yet, but that's what she's charged with, and the evidence seems to lead to that. Philip Hutchinson, he was a bank robber. He also shot and killed a police officer while he was trying to rob a bank. A Planned Parenthood there in Colorado Springs was attacked. Robert Louis Deere Jr. went into this Planned Parenthood. He shot and killed 3. One of those was a police officer, and injured 9 others.
Now, like I said earlier, it all seems to be in a radius around Denver International Airport. So, if we draw Colorado and map it out, you'll see what I'm saying. About right in here is going to be Denver, which also would include DIA, or Denver International Airport. Right up here above it to the right, this is going to be where Frederick is. Of course, that was Chris Watts. I guess we can go ahead and mention the ones that happened in Denver. Philip Hutchinson, and also the murder of Adolph Coors. Let's see, Boulder is up over here to the left of that, which was obviously JonBenet Ramsey. Then on around over here is Littleton, which was Columbine, and the Copper Canyon Apartments. On down a little bit further is Saguochi. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. And this is Alfred Packer's. Then on down over here is Colorado Springs. And that was the Planned Parenthood shooting and Gannon Stock. And then last but not least, right over here is Aurora. And that is the Century 16 Theater. So, like I said, it's all in a diameter around DIA. So right here is Denver and DIA. If you connect the dots, I've gone over them all with a fine-tooth comb. There's really no connection between them, except for one thing. This entire list of people who committed these dastardly acts in Colorado, none of them were from Colorado. Joseph Corbett Jr., who killed Adolph Coors III, was from Seattle, Washington. Alfred Packer, who killed all his colleagues, was from Allegheny, Pennsylvania. James Egan Holmes, he was from San Diego, California. Chris Watts was from Spring Lake, North Carolina. Now, Columbine High School is a little bit different because there were two, but whereas Dylan Klebold was from Colorado, Eric Harris, who was the mastermind and the leader of this whole thing, Dylan Klebold just followed along. Eric Harris was not from Colorado. In fact, he was from Wichita, Kansas. The Copper Canyon apartment shootings, he was from Laramie, Wyoming. In the case of JonBenet Ramsey, if it was her brother or her parents, neither one of them were from Colorado. They were both from Atlanta. Obviously, this is a really recent story, so we all know Letitia was from Myrtle Beach. Philip Hutchinson, the bank robber and murderer, was from Arlington, Virginia. And then Robert Louis Deere Jr., he's from Charleston. They all come from outside Colorado to commit these horrible acts. With all that being said, and the fact that there's no other evidence than that they're all from out of town, I don't guess we will ever really know exactly why it keeps happening in Colorado. The only thing that I can assume is like basically what you guys have already told me that you suspected. Maybe it's because they're coming from lower elevations and then getting up there in the mile-high city of Denver and is causing them to lose their minds or something. I honestly don't know. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this episode on Parker and Bella's birthday, but trying to figure out why so many bad things happen in Colorado. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It means so much to me. If you want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description box below. Not only is it a massive help, but it helps keep us going. It fuels our adventures. You can also help support the channel by clicking that thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at RealBamaMike. That's always awesome. Thank you all so much. I will see you again tomorrow. I hope you all have a great day. Please stay safe and definitely stay healthy. I love you all.